Where have you been?
Children.
Huh?
Where have you been?
What do you mean, where have I been?
Somebody leading the pledge. Apparently I.
I've been here.
Leading the pledge or singing or something.
I was here last week.
We good to go, Rick?
Yep.
All
set, Rick?
If you could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call this meeting to order at 7 o'clock. Roll call.
Mike Cashin,
Present.
Thomas Wood,
Here.
Martin Mannix,
Here.
Meg LaFave,
Here.
Barb Hebert,
Here.
James Coffey,
Here.
Rick Collins.
All right, thank you. Resolution 16-245, approved minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of November 21st and 29th and December 5th, 2016 be approved and the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Mannix would. Is there any discussion? Seeing none. Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cashin.
Yes. Resolution does carry. Hey Rick, you know how we always talk about you having to read very long resolutions? Imagine if we didn't dispense with the minutes.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. We're gonna go to How did that happen? All right, I'm gonna put this at the very end. We're gonna go instead. So if you can just keep the Janet one off to the side.
Okay.
Was it, remember, it wasn't in.
So, all right. We're gonna go to resolution 16-246, the abstract.
Resolved that the abstract audit of claims number 21B-16, 2457 to 2567, $217,283.27, and abstract 12B-16, 494 to 510 prepays in the amount of $246,755.35 be reviewed as be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Dave, any discussion? Seeing none. Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert.
Yes.
Mike Cashin.
Yes. Resolution carries. Resolution 16-247, monthly department reports.
Building and Grounds Safety Committee, Highway Superintendent, Park and Recs, Supervisors Financial, Town Clerk, Codes and Zoning, Historian, Planning, and Water and Wastewater.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Dave, is there a second? What? Any discussion? Seeing none. Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert.
Yes.
Mike Cashin.
Yes, resolution does. This is a revised resolution, resolution 16-248, appointment of Carl Madonna as deputy town attorney.
Carl Madonna has worked for the town of Plattsburgh for over 30 years, and in recent discussions, we have identified the need to map out a transition plan. Whereas Carl Madonna is willing to serve as the town of Plattsburgh deputy town attorney until a new council can be identified. Whereas Carl Madonna is willing to participate in training and transition of a person to be named. Be it resolved that the town board does hereby appoint Carl Madonna as a resident of the town of Plattsburgh, deputy attorney for a term to expire on or before December 31st, 2017, depending upon identification, training, and transition of a successor recommended by the town supervisor. And it be further resolved, Mr. Madonna take the oath of office within 30 days of this resolution, and it be resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, a certified copy be given to Mr. Madonna to put in his personnel file, and a copy sent to the state retirement board.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Mannix, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manick,
Yes.
Michael Fave, Barb Hebert.
Yes.
Mike Kastner.
Yes, resolution does carry. Resolution 16-249, 2017-2019 non-union employee agreement.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh and its non-union employees enter into an agreement regarding their terms and conditions of employment for 2015-2016. And whereas the said agreement will expire December 31st, 2016. And whereas parties to said agreement are desirous to enter into a new agreement that has been agreed upon by the town of Plattsburgh and non-union employees as indicated by the agreement attached, and effective date is 1/1/2017, with an expiration date of 12/31/2019. Now therefore be resolved, the supervisor and members of the town board be hereby and authorized to execute said agreement between the non-union employees and the town of Plattsburgh on behalf of the town of Plattsburgh. And be further resolved that a copy of this resolution and executed agreement be given to the finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood. Is there a second?
Second.
LaFave. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manick,
Yes.
Michael Fave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert.
Yes.
Mike Kastner.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 16-250, wastewater rate adjustment effective January 1st,
Whereas the
2017.
Greater Town of Plattsburgh Consolidated Sewer District and the Park Sewer District are duly established water wastewater districts and have appropriated expenditures for operation and maintenance of the water system. Whereas the town board recognizes the responsibility of maintaining safe and reliable wastewater system requires increase in the rates that will both sustain its system as well as prepare for any future capital improvements. And whereas the proposed rate adjustment shall become fully effective January 1, 2016, and be retroactive to the date of the previous billing period, included in any and all outside users as set as follows. The metered rate shall be $4.73 per 1,000 gallons, with a minimum per month of $13.65 or $40.95 per quarter based on the customer's billing frequency. Therefore, be resolved that these new rates shall be in place and effective the first full quarterly billing cycle retroactive as noted. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, tax receiver, and water and wastewater department.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
LaFave. Is there a second?
Second.
Mannix. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manick,
Yes.
Michael Fave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert.
Yes.
Mike Kastner.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 16-251, water rate adjustment effective January 1st, 2017.
Whereas the Greater Town of Plattsburgh Consolidated Water District and the Park District are duly established water districts and have appropriated expenditures for operation and maintenance of its water systems. And whereas the town board recognizes that the responsibility of maintaining safe, reliable water systems require increase in the rates that will both sustain the systems as well as prepare for any future capital improvements. Whereas the proposed adjustment shall become fully effective January 1, 2017, and be retroactive to the date of the previous billing period, including any and all outside users, excluding those who fall under intermunicipal agreement, to set as follows. Metered rate would be $1.67 per 1,000, with a minimum per monthly of $7 or $21 per quarter based on the customer's billing frequency. Therefore, be resolved that these new rates shall be in place on the effective first full quarterly billing cycle retroactive as noted. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, tax receiver, and water and wastewater department.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood. Is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Fave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert.
Yes.
Mike Kastner.
Yes, resolution does carry. Resolution 16-252, surplus obsolete vehicle.
Whereas the department has determined that the following list of vehicles or surplus equipment should be utilized at any other departments or put out for auction. And whereas the 2000 Ford 350 diesel with VIN number, 2007 Ford F-150 VIN number, 2003 Chevrolet S10 VIN number, General Dog Control Officer. Whereas the Dog Control Officer is in need of a new vehicle, and the 2007 Ford F-150 VIN listed above would meet those needs. And whereas the Highway Superintendent would like to utilize the 2003 Chevrolet S10 VIN number listed above. Therefore be resolved that the town board is hereby authorized putting the 2003 F-350 diesel out for bid and transfer the 2007 F-150 VIN number to Water and Wastewater to General Fund Dog Control Officer for $100 consideration and the transfer of the 2003 Chevrolet S10 VIN General Fund Highway Department for $0 consideration. And certified copy of this resolution be given to the Finance Manager, Water and Wastewater Director, and the Highway Superintendent.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Wood. Any discussion? Seeing none. Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cashin.
Yes, resolution does carry. Resolution 16253, disposal of obsolete computers and equipment.
Whereas the Town of Plattsburgh Tech Committee and department heads have determined that the following list of computers and equipment should be disposed of as they are obsolete and have no residual value. Dell PowerEdge GX260, Dell Optiplex 360, Dell Optiplex GX260, monitor, Canon camera asset tag, HP printer LaserJet, and typewriter Canon. Whereas the hard drives have been removed from the computers and the equipment and computers will be turned over to the Superintendent of Building and Grounds for disposal. Now therefore be resolved, the town board is authorized the disposal of said computers and equipment, and that a copy of this resolution be given to the Finance Manager and Superintendent of Building and Grounds.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Faith. Second.
Seconded.
Keeper. Any discussion? Seeing none. Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert.
Yes.
Mike Cashin.
Yes, resolution does carry. Resolution 16254, codes and zoning departments purchase request for a new truck.
Whereas Stephen Imhoff, Code Enforcement Officer Official, has compiled with the New York State Office of General Services procurement requirements for vehicle acquisition by completion of the completed mini bid process executed via New York State Vehicle Marketplace. Now therefore be resolved in a letter dated December 12th, 2016 from Steve Imhoff requesting permission to purchase one new 2017 Ford in the amount of $26,356.73 for use by the Town of Plattsburgh Code and Zoning Department pursuant to New York State Office of General Services Standard and Purchase Order Group Quote 23544, a mini bid award 1611049 in the amount not to exceed $26,356.73. And it be further resolved that the town board does hereby grant permission to Mr. Imhoff to order said truck, and the supervisors hereby authorized to sign any and all related documents required to its purchase. And it be further resolved that payment for said truck be made payable from the 2016 general budget equipment capital outlay account, and that a copy of this resolution be given to Mr. Stephen Imhoff, Town Clerk and Finance Manager.
Is there a motion?
So.
Mannix. Is there a second?
Second.
Wood. Any discussion?
This is 13,000 below the manufacturer's suggested retail price.
What is that?
It's quite a good amount.
Anything else? Seeing none. Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert.
Yes.
Mike Cashin.
Yes, the resolution does carry. Resolution 16255, acceptance of 0.12 acre parcel from Clinton County and seek a review for 2016.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh Planning Board previously approved the Plattsburgh Aeronautical Institute subdivision 2010 with certain conditions, including drafting of a .12 acre parcel of land, Clinton County, to the town of Plattsburgh for widening of the ROW of Ruger Street, as shown in the map entitled Plattsburgh Aeronautical Institute subdivision 2010, and filed with the Clinton County Clerk as instrument 201000235313 on September 30th, 2010. Whereas due to land restrictions imposed by the Federal Aviation Administration upon the lands of the former Clinton County Airport, said deed conveyance could not be formally conveyed to the town. Whereas Clinton County Deputy Administrator has confirmed that the FAA restrictions have been rescinded. And whereas Part 617 of the Environmental Conservation Laws provide the involved agency to review any action for the purpose of determining the effect of said action on the environment. And whereas said determination of the effect on said action on the environment will be necessary to determine whether a draft environmental impact statement is required. And whereas the town board is considering the involved agency in accordance with the state laws for the purpose of assessing the effect of acceptance of these easements on the environment, whether or not said effect is significant enough to warrant preparation of a draft environmental impact statement. Whereas the town board has declared and determined that the acceptance of the easement is a type 1 or type 2 action under the seeker. No further environmental analysis necessary or required pursuant to the state environmental qualitative review. Whereas after review and discussion of the planning board's findings, recommendation report, and the opinion of the members of the town board, that it is in the best interest of the town of Plattsburgh, will be served by the acceptance of said parcel. Now therefore be resolved that the town board does hereby accept the .12 acre parcel of land and does further authorize the town supervisor to sign and certify the documents necessary for filing and conveyance of the aforementioned .12 acre parcel of land as shown in the map entitled Plattsburgh Aeronautical Institute subdivision 2010, and file it with the Clinton County Clerk as an instrument 2010-00235313 on September 30th, 2010. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the town clerk, highway department, and planning department.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Dave, is there a second?
Second.
Wood. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Michael Fay,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cashman.
Yes, resolution does carry. Resolution 16, 256, 3% site plan return deposit, prepared site plan 2015.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh Planning Board has reviewed and approved all requirements of Gurnier Site Plan 2015. And whereas Gurnier Site Plan deposit for 2015 has been on file with the town of Plattsburgh, a 3% deposit for construction of the project in the original amount of $500 plus accrued interest. And resolved that the supervisor be here authorized and directed to release the deposit amount of $500 plus accrued interest to date. And it be further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be forwarded by the planning department secretary with the return of the deposit to Plattsburgh Dental Group.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Mannix, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Fay,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cashman.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 16, 257, Employee Assistance Services, EAS.
Where the town of Plattsburgh herein has an annual contract with the Clinton County Mental Health Association Incorporated, doing business as Employee Assistance Services Agency, whereby agency provides informational services to the town as an employer, and among other services provides counseling for employees of the town. Whereas the agency will submit to the town of Plattsburgh Employees Assistance Annual Report from January 1, 2016 to December 31st, 2016. Upon completion, in January 2017. Whereas the town board has provided within the general fund of the town of Plattsburgh 2017 budget sufficient funds to pay for renewal of the one-year contract with the agency. Now whereas the agency has submitted a proposal contract dated for the first day of January 2017 for one-year renewal of the annual contract between the agency and the town at a rate of $27 per person to be paid by the town to the agency upon execution of said documents from the town, whereas the town attorney has approved as formed the one-year contract submitted by the agency. Now therefore be resolved that the one-year renewal contract submitted by the agency is approved, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the same for the town for the year 2017. And to be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
On the favor, is there a second?
Second.
Mannix. Any discussion? Seeing none. Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Martin Mannix.
Yes.
Mike LaFave. Barb Huber.
Yes.
Wayne County.
Yes, resolution does carry. Resolution 16, 258, 2017 Justice Court contract with the Clinton County Sheriff's Department.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh Justice Court has requested authorization for renewal of its annual contract with the Clinton County Sheriff's Department to provide court security services in the town justice court, Whereas the services are necessary due to the volume and nature of the cases held within the court system. Now therefore be resolved, the town board, town of Plattsburgh, upon approval by the town attorney and insurance carrier, does hereby authorize the supervisor to enter into the contract for services as attached. And it be further resolved, the compensation will be paid at an hourly rate of $30.66, and that the time and a half rate will be $50.04. Paid payable from the 2017 Justice Court budget. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and town justices.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Mannix. Is there a second? Dave. Any discussion?
Yeah, I just want to make a comment. I think in talking to the council colleague, we all agree that security and safety is important for the court. But having been involved in the audit committee and then the justice court committee, I guess when we're doing the vouchers, again, we move forward with the contract, but again, pay attention to how we can be a little more cost effective. I know Sheriff Favreau is helping us out and with the resources that are constrained, but, and these rates are obviously contractual based on the bargaining agreement, but just going forward, we take a look at maybe a model or there's some opportunity to sit with Sheriff Favreau.
Yeah, and I would strongly encourage the court committee to further engage in some conversations. I know that Sheriff Favreau and I, and Justice Patnode and I met early this year for initial conversation, and I think some ongoing conversations are well worthwhile. I think that there may be some other models to engage in as we move forward.
Okay.
How do we figure the time and half rate? What is that for you?
It was presented by their services. So
Even though it's more than time and a half?
it was provided through their services. So as I said, what I would like to do is to go forward and engage early on in the year and have some conversations with the sheriff. And I know that Barb has agreed to participate in that conversation. So,
Well, half 30 is what, 15, so it
Yep.
should be 35.
so. Anything else? Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
No.
Mark Mannix.
Yes.
Mike LaFave.
Huh. Can we have a further discussion? Do we know? Can we check these rates?
We can motion to table until also.
All right, let's do that, please.
With no objection from Mr. Mannix, and Meg, you seconded it originally, would there be an acceptance to table it?
I'll second the motion to table.
Okay. Meg, can I give you credit to table?
Sure.
All right. Mr. Mannix, second. Roll call?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cashman.
Yes. Resolution is tabled. Resolution number 16259, facility rental policy.
Whereas, as indicated in the attached facility rental policy, the town board seeks to adopt a set of standards and requirements. Therefore, be resolved that the attached Town of Plattsburgh 2017 rental policy be the same hereby as approved effective January 1, 2017, and the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to implement the same for the town. And it be further resolved that the town officially adopts the attached policy, and a copy of said policy be given to each department to be added to their policy books. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution and policy be given to the town clerk, Park and Recreations Department, and Finance Manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
LaFave. Is there a second?
Seconded.
Wood, not the Wood. Any discussion? Seeing none? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cashman.
Yes, resolution does carry. Resolution 16260, emergency declaration of Route 9 North Lift Station.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh procurement policies outlines the requirements for purchasing goods and services under an emergency, and whereas Route 9 North wastewater lift station located at 7057 State Route 9 experienced a catastrophic failure due to flooding of the electrical equipment on December 12, 2016. Whereas the Route 9 lift station is in critical infrastructure for the wastewater conveyance for the north of the town of Plattsburgh along Route 9, and temporary and permanent infrastructure is needed in order to keep the wastewater conveyance in operation. Now therefore be resolved that the town board does approve the director of the water and wastewater to solicit and procure goods and services for emergency situation at the Route 9 lift station per the town of Plattsburgh procurement policy. And be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the town supervisor, the director of water and wastewater department, and finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood. Is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert. Any discussion? Seeing none. Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cashman.
Yes, resolution does carry. Scott will appreciate that. Resolution 16261, the MSFVA ambulance service contract.
Resolved that after review and final approval by the town attorney, the renewal agreement between Morrisonville Schuyler Falls Ambulance Service Incorporated and the town of Plattsburgh are the same, hereby is approved for the period January 1, 2017 through December 31st, 2017. And it be further resolved, the supervisor be and hereby authorized to sign said agreement for the town. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution agreement be given to the finance manager of Morrisonville Schuyler Falls Ambulance Service Incorporated.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Annex. Second.
Seconded.
Thank you. Any discussion? I would just like to say, I certainly appreciate Meg and Marty's involvement in this, and Nate's heavy lifting for getting the document prepared. So thanks for the heavy lifting.
Thanks to Marty for his years of experience
Yeah,
guiding it along.
This is tough.
all right. Roll call.
Excuse me, Thomas
Wait,
Wood?
I just want to say one more thing, I'm sorry. Just want to make sure that it's known that these are not final
Yep.
agreements with the organizations.
Yep.
Just entering into the agreement or the authorizing the supervisor to sign.
Roll call.
Sorry, go ahead, Ricky.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Mike Cashman.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 16-262 CVPH ambulance service agreement.
Resolved that after review and approval by the town attorney, the renewal agreement between CBPH Ambulance Service Incorporated and the town of Plattsburgh are and the same hereby approved for a period January 1, 2017 through December 31st, 2017. And it is further resolved the supervisor be and hereby authorized to sign said agreement for the town. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution and contract agreement be given to the finance manager, the CFO of the EMT of CVPH Ambulance.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Mannix, is there a second?
Second.
Hebert, any discussion?
We should also thank Pat for always being there to get us information and having everything handy.
All right. Roll call, please.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Mark Mannix?
Yes.
Michael Fave?
Yes.
Art Hebert?
Yes.
Mike Kastner?
Yes, resolution does carry. All right. We can sign 16-263 honoring June Free.
I'll give you the pleasure of reading it.
Oh. Nice try there, Mr. Rick.
Okay, honoring Janet Dupree upon the occasion of her retirement from New York State Assembly after a decade of diligent service, closing out 41 years career, dedicated public service to Clinton County and the greater North Country. Whereas Janet Dupree at the age of 29 was the first woman ever elected to the Clinton County Legislature, on which she served for 10 years before being elected county treasurer. She held that position for 21 years before joining the state assembly. Whereas individuals who give their time and energies to serve the best interests of their communities are an asset beyond remuneration and cannot be sufficiently exalted. Whereas Janet Dupree has given full her time and energies to working for the betterment of the constituency, a friend and champion to all for more than 4 decades. Janet Dupree embodies the spirit and true public service, inclusively leadership and ethical government that we believe sets the North Country policies apart. Whereas it is a mark of true and good legislator to take care of its constituents regardless of party affiliation, and Janet set the standard in this capacity, consequently and fearlessly tackling issues that mentored most. Whereas Janet Dupree pushed for the changes in New York State Assembly that led a positive change in the nation. She co-sponsored the bill 6305A, giving autistic children and adults increased access to programs and services they need and deserve. Whereas Janet Dupree challenged the status quo, voting with her heart in favor of the same-sex marriages, granting gay and lesbian couples the same protection under the law as straight couples enjoy. Whereas Janet Dupree has been a long-time vocal supporter of women's rights, health care, constantly supporting women's right to choose, and whereas rare, indeed impressive dedication is shown by an individual for the benefit of others, which Janet Dupree has displayed throughout her life. Now therefore be resolved that the town board, town of Plattsburgh, is justly proud to honor Janet Dupree upon the occasion of her retirement from New York State Assembly, and after 41 years of distinguished public service.
Is there a motion?
Can we all?
Yes.
Yes.
Why don't we have the entire board
Yeah.
make the motion and second it?
Unanimously moved.
Yep.
Unless anyone has a,
Any objection? Seeing none. Any discussion?
I would just say that the 4 things that we pointed out in this, that she accomplished were things that she personally mentioned at her reception, where she thanked the constituents. And I think that they were some of the things that she was most proud of, rightfully so.
I would like to mention her support for the ARC, the clients of the ARC.
Oh, I'm sorry you mentioned it.
Oh, yeah, I mentioned it, I was, sorry about that.
Anybody else? All right. I'll be seeing Janet later on unless she gets called back into special session. Make sure to pass this along and kind words. I can tell you that on Saturday, Marty and I both spent a significant amount of time with her at the SUNY Plattsburgh graduation, and it was just quite remarkable. You know, just having a chance to listen to her not only talk about her tenure as an assemblywoman, but you know, her years as a public servant. She really has given quite a lot. Haven't agreed with her 100% of the time, but you know what I've appreciated about her most is she certainly listened and then tried to find a way to lead on behalf of the community and the best of what she could offer. So, all right, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Art Mannix,
Yes.
Meg Boutte,
Yes.
Barb Heber,
Yes.
Mike Cashin.
Yes, resolution does carry. Are there any motions to go into executive session?
Yes, there are two, maybe three? Two situations of where we need to discuss the situations involving employees and their work
At work history?
history.
Are you proposing the medical, financial, credit, and employment history of a particular work or corporation, the matters of leading said dismissal, removal, promotion, appointment, or employment?
I hope it doesn't lead to any of those things. Good.
How come you don't have that memorized?
Been a few years.
All right. With that, Mr. Mannix made a motion to go in to executive session to talk about the work history of two specific employees. Is it seconded?
I'll second.
Okay. The time that we'll go into executive session is 7:36. Don't plan on any actions.